Hey guys, want to win some money? BetUS Sportsbook, the best online sportsbook there is. Click the link and put the promo code YSM2022 and you'll get a 125% deposit match. That's YSM2022. See you there.
Okay. Yo, that was a tight breakdown. I like it.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
I like it. Next question. Devin Haney won Undisputed, went down to Australia to do it. Gervonta Davis just starts Rolly Romero. If that fight were to occur next, who wins that fight, Mike?
If that fight was occurring, I mean, let me say I'm from Maryland, so I got a lot of respect for Devin Haney, but I got to root for my guy Tank. And I think the thing about the difference is with Devin and Kambosos, Tank is a better boxer than Kambosos is. Like that's how I feel. So a lot of people don't give credit to Tank for his boxing ability. I went to training camp with him. He's a very elusive. He can be elusive when he wants to be. You have to respect his punching power, and he knows how to slip and counter. You know what I mean? So, Devin isn't unhittable. Let's don't get that. Let's not make no mistake. He can be hit. He even finished that fight with bruises, with a few bruises. Now, what Devin does is able to do is reduce the amount of damage he takes. However, I mean, there's no real margin for error when Tank swings. So if I think Tank is creative enough with his offense. Even though most of his power is coming off that left hand, I believe he's creative enough with his offense to make that left hand land. We would just have to see how Devin takes that. Like I said, I'm a little biased, but I would pick Tank.
Unanimous decision, knockout. What?
It would probably be a late round knockout. It would be a late round knockout because, like I said, Devin is very elusive. He's like the way he boxed against Kambosos was very smart. So, it would take some time for Tank to connect. But Tank is patient. Both of the guys are very patient. Truthfully, honestly, if they both fought, I don't think that the fans would enjoy it. It would be a fast-paced chess match. The casual fans won't enjoy it. They would probably say, they ain't throwing enough punches. It wasn't enough action. It wasn't this. It wasn't that. Until a big shot lands. But, to people that are in the sport, I think they'll love that fight. It's going to be like fast-paced chess. Because, like I said, both of those guys are thinking. Both of those guys thinking. Both of those guys have great boxing ability. And, Tank does have tremendous punching power. Devin, on the other end, has a fantastic jab. Man, that to me, that fight was beautiful. People said Kambosos versus Haney was boring, but it's not Devin Haney's fault that Kambosos couldn't do anything to negate what Devin was doing. If y'all want to call it boring or y'all want to call it uninteresting, you can't blame Devin for y'all blaming a guy for being better than his opposition. He was just better. You know what I mean? I want to place the blame anyway. You got to blame Kambosos for not being competitive in that fight. To me, that was a masterpiece. That's how the way Devin Haney boxed and the way he was able to get all them belts was a masterpiece. Now, you got to think, because people coming off of like the Charlo Castaño fight where they were going toe to toe, very entertaining fight, but entertaining throwing a lot of punches, but also entertaining because and looking at that fight, you look at how they were both able to implement what they wanted to do in that fight. You got Charlo who wanted to maintain some distance, but Castaño was able to trap him sometimes. But what we saw Charlo do, he developed a beautiful ass counter hook for Castaño's onslaught. And when Castaño did get to do what he wanted, but not necessarily when he was able to get Castaño, when Castaño was able to get Charlo to the ropes, he was able to unload a bunch of shots. But what you can see Charlo, and he's calm under pressure. He's not answering back with looping shots the way Castaño was throwing them. He kept it tight in control. He would catch on his lead hand, bring the short hook until he finally hurt him with it. You know what I mean? And I credit to Charlo for being able to make those adjustments, but credit to both for putting on an entertaining fight. It was entertaining because both fighters got to do a little bit of what they wanted to do. Kambosos was unable to implement his game plan. That's credit to Devin Haney for nullifying what he did, what he wanted to do, and it's on Kambosos to be able to make the adjustments. He has to make it. He has to make it like at that level. You have to be able to make adjustments. Whatever best laid plans you gotta have some tricks in your back pocket or something. You have to have some adjustments in your back pocket to remain competitive.
Sure. Last question, Mike. Have we seen the best Mykal Fox?
No, absolutely not. Nah. I mean, after the Santa Maria fight, I had broken my hand. I had broken my wrist, metacarpal bones and stuff like where the wrist and the hand meets or somewhere around like in this area. Busted up my wrist really bad. My whole hand swelled up and everything. Since then, I've been working to get my hand back in order. It's back to where it's back. By the time I got to the fight with Maestre, it's back to where it needed to be because I put Cuz down with a left hand. He jumped in too crazy, put him down with that. So right now, in this time, like I said before, each fight I want to be a little better than the last. Win or lose, I'm trying to be better. So that fight, a lot of people love that fight. Told me it was this, told me it was that, told me it was a masterpiece, told me it was a fantastic, told me it was beautiful boxing. They told me a lot, but me, I'm always looking to improve. So anytime somebody says, "Have you seen the best Mykal Fox?" I'm going to tell him no, but I thoroughly believe that no, because each time I want to be a little better than the last. So when you lose, it's always stuff you need to fix. But when you win, that's what decides like legendary fighters and fighters that become all-time greats. And every fighter you just saw go to the Hall of Fame, these guys weren't satisfied with the last performance. Win or lose, they weren't satisfied with the last performance. So they kept improving. They kept improving. They kept working. Like you take it out of boxing. It was football players like Jerry Rice who, after they won the Super Bowl, the next day, they was at the training center catching passes from their little machine or whatever. He catching passes. He obsessed with this because there's got to be more. Jordan won 6 rings because he wanted to be better. There was always something he felt he could have did better. You know what I mean? Same thing with guys like Floyd Mayweather. All he did his whole career was be great, stay disciplined, and stayed in the gym and stayed working on his craft from the beginning of his career to the end of it. So that's where I'm at with it. There's always room for improvement. The day you stop learning, that's the day you reach your zenith. That's the day you cap off at where you can be. So that's my long-winded version of a no.
Okay, Mike. Yo, I look forward to seeing your next fight. I look forward to seeing where your career ends up in the future, man. Thank you for joining.
I appreciate that too, man. If I'm ever if I'm back in Philly and you bump into me, man, just, say what's up, man, so I know who I'm talking to. I see. I know you did a video this way, so if you see me in Philly or whatever, I'm up in Philly. You see me, just tap me on the shoulder.
I got you, man. Appreciate you, Mike.
My man.
Hey, where you train out of in Maryland? I didn't ask you that.
Oh, I trained in Clinton, Maryland. It's a gym on Kirby Road. It's called Dream Team Boxing. Dream Team Boxing, Kirby Road, Clinton, Maryland. But I mean, it's not a gym in the area I'm not welcome at. So shout out to everybody that gives me work. Shout out to everybody that helped me prepare for that for my last fight. Guys like Trayvon Marshall, Lamar Roach, a buddy of mine from Texas named Anthony Rodriguez. He was in town around that time. George Rincon, and then shout out to Lamont and Anthony Peterson, who have been mentors. And I still spar with Anthony from time to time. And just shout out to everybody that give me work, man. And shout out to anybody that come from out of town. I recently sparred Charles Conwell, so shout out to him. Very talented dude. So I just appreciate it. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all the help because this was helping me improve.
Yeah, man, you're a real dude, yo. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up on you, man.
No, most definitely, man. Appreciate it.
All right, I'm gonna try to slide to your next fight, man. Thanks, man.
All right, it's a bet, my man. Peace.